Next about frames. So multiple images moving in a sequence and projecting as a single image is known as a frame. Generally in animation or any video, recording a video format, and in a movie industry, generally we observe in frames and scenes, sequences, and shots, right? So we have to understand what are frames actually. So multiple images are moving in a sequence and projecting as a single image known as a frame. Here sequence, suppose in any movie, generally what combination of different sequences is a one movie, right? So one sequence means again a combination of scenes. Okay, so again one scene means combination of shots. Okay, so the moving images, multiple images moving in a sequence and projecting as a single image known as frame. In video, a frame captures and displays all pixels and lines of an image. Video formats and are described by the resolution of individual and their frame rate. Okay, frame size. So frame size means frame size is the size of video that appears on the screen. And what is frame rate? The number of images displayed over a period of 1 second is determined by the frame rate. So we have to understand this very carefully. See here the frame rates, different frame rates are showing the difference in the picture quality. Here it is 24 frames per second. Generally for movies and animation, mostly we use the frame rate 24 frames per second, right? So suppose the same suppose the video, otherwise the scene, person running, athlete running, right? So recorded in 24 frames. Here recording 30 frames per second. Now see here we are getting more quality, right? So 60 seconds per second means frame rate per second 60 frames are rolling, are moving. So very close and very pinpoint and sharp and detailed picture it is recording here, right? So that is a difference between 24, 30 and 60 frames. And standard frames per second. The standard frame rate for cinema is 24 frames per second. Just now I told you. So this is the standard cinema at present what we are observing, seeing all over the world is the standard frame rate. The standard frame rate for television is the 30 frames per second. The most popular frame rates for video is 24 FPS frames per second and 30 FPS and 60 FPS, right? However, this changes depending on the desired effect you are looking to achieve. Actually, you are capturing, you want to capture a very detailed, very sharp and very detailed image or video you are expecting. So you go with the 60 frames per second, right? So that depends on the requirement, actually what we are looking to achieve. The best frame rate for video, here I am giving the different frame rates. So the 16 FPS recreate the look of the silent era movies, the old, suppose Charlie Chaplin and the old movies, black and white movies, mostly we observe this FPS. So their characters are in video, the actors and characters move very quickly, rapidly. Okay, fast movements we create because the frame rates are very lesser. Then developed into 24 FPS, the most cinematic look, right? So for the cinematic look, generally 24 frames per second is enough, right? So why we are using 30 FPS? Used by TV and excellent for live sports. So live sports, generally their actions are there, quick actions, so faster, and actions are there mostly. So there needs 30 frames per second. And 60 FPS, walking candles are being blown out. So suppose here the casually normal or smooth walks are candles being blown out. So some cases more detailed video if you want, then go with the 60 FPS. and 120 fps, people running, nature videography, there we use. So people running, so very fast running, to capture that fast running, animals, nature videography, suppose Animal Planet and Discovery Channel, their cameramen, they use the 120 fps particularly to shoot that animal actions and all. And 240 fps, balloons exploding, water splashes, very quick actions, very rapid, jerky, quick actions. So balloons suppose exploding and water splashes. So to record those kind of special effects, like, so there we use 240 fps. And 480 fps, skateboard tricks, skiing and surfing. So more energetic and more jerky and very super speed actions to record, right? So 480 fps, 960 plus fps, so 1000 or 1020. So like that, 960 fps, hyper slow motion. Think about the explosion. So there's some explosion is happening. So very minute detail of the explosion to record this 960 fps we use, right? So these are cases which required a result we want. Actually depends on that we have to choose. So probably what very commonly for the cinematic look, 24 frames fps is enough. So here aspect ratio. What is aspect ratio? The ratio between the width and height of an image. What we are doing here, width and height of an image or a frame is known as aspect ratio. The aspect ratio of standard television is 4:3, whereas the ratio of widescreen film is 16:9. So here the examples. The video aspect ratio is the video width in proportion to the height of a TV screen. This ratio describes how wide your video is. So here 4:3, 16:10, and 47 is a very lengthy, larger this one, and 16:9. Here the video aspect ratio indicates the orientation of a video by providing the ratio of width to height as measured in pixels. Okay, to measure the height orientation of the video, we use pixels. The numbers that appear in the ratio are not necessarily representative of the height and width in terms of pixels. It is just the ratio between width and height. Okay. For example, a video with a 16:9 aspect ratio would not be 16 pixels wide and 9 pixel tall. You have to understand this one. The video, the aspect ratio, suppose here 16:9, 16:9 aspect ratio would not be 16 pixels wide and 9 pixels tall. You would not be able to see a video that small, you understand? So 16 pixels means only this much only, 9 pixels means only this much only. That means your final video would not be able to see that much small. Here one resolution that has an aspect ratio of 16:9 is 920 pixels by 1080 pixels. This means what? It's a full HD a file. This measurement is 16:9 means so 920 by 920 pixels by 1080 pixels, right? It's a full HD. Here the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers, MPTE, SMPTE is an organization that develops technical standard for films and videos. Here time code is that. So time code is the accurate time taken to identify a particular frame or clip in production. Time code is measured in hours, minutes, seconds and frames. Okay, then feet and frames. The number of footages in a film or feet or frames. Okay, the number of footages generally in a film or animation film, generally we measure in feet and frames. They are separated by a colon or by a plus sign. See, for example, 10 126 and 0101 plus 16 in both the formats. 101 indicates feet, okay, and 16 indicates frames in the film. Here the production equipment so required. So what are the things required? It's a video camera required for any production. Suppose you want to shoot a movie or any short film or whatever it is the required material equipment. Video camera, it is used for shooting, right? So for the shoot we use, and field recorder, this recorder is portable and is used for outdoor and indoor shooting, right? It is a field recorder. And sound mixer, amplifier, or it is used for amplifying different soundtracks using boom or a lapel milk. So it is kind of a mixer, right? Amplifier. Here again a light and it is accessories. Of course, light is the main source for the shooting, any shooting. This is used to brighten up the area while shooting. Okay. And stages of video making. Generally any video, or it is a movie or a short film or a commercial ad or animation game, for anything. So the different main 3 stages are there for any video. The first one is pre-production, production and post-production. In pre-production and production, what we do, identifying the purpose of the production, and developing a production schedule, and selecting key production personnel, deciding on location, and deciding on talent, wardrobe and sets, deciding on the remaining production personnel, and obtaining permits, insurance and clearness, selecting video insert, still photo and graphics here in pre-production and production. See here, if you observe this on the table, we understand this video production process is divided into the mainly 3 parts: pre-production, production and post-production. In pre-production, here the concept, that means your story, whatever idea you can generate here, and the treatment of the concept, and of course storyboard and a video script is there. And in production, actual shoot, filming, lighting, directing, acting. The actual film here we do here in production. And post-production, capturing video, editing and titling, audio, sound, whatever the effects, required effects we add here, right? In post-production, editing phase. Okay, so in post-production it is the editing phase. Here we use offline editing and online editing. Mostly editings are happen in the last stage. The post-production means what? It's the end of the any movie we create. Otherwise, we work on the last stage. Is the post-production. There, here we use offline editing and online editing. In summary, video editing is a process of manipulating and rearranging video or audio clips to create a new look, right? Actually, in video editing, what we do, we manipulate different clips, different parts, different shots. We arrange them, okay, and we add some effects, and we create a new work as a new look. A video that exists on videotape is called as an analog video. What? So here it exists in videotape is called as an analog video. Digital video uses binary numbers, so such as zeros and ones, to represent each pixel of each frame. In an interlaced video, a frame is divided into 2 fields. In non-interlaced video, all lines in a frame are displayed in one pass from top to bottom before the next frame appears. So, this is the simple video editing information actually before starting your Premiere Pro video editing classes. This is very helpful to understand actually, right?